Hi, today I'm sharing easy realistic swaps you can make in your kitchen today to reduce microplastic exposure, all for under $100. So what are microplastics and why should we care about them? Microplastics, like the name suggests, are tiny pieces of plastic that break down from common plastic items that we use in our everyday lives. They have been found in food, air, water, and even blood and human tissue. Now I'm going to read from my notes because I have some important points about microplastics that I didn't want to miss anything or leave anything out. So I'm just going to read from them. So bear with me. So microplastics were found in 100% of male testes inspected, causing up to 40% reduced sperm motility. Now that's very important if you're trying to conceive. On that same topic, infertility currently affects over 15% of couples worldwide, and I do truly believe that microplastics are to blame for a majority of this decline. Next, we have a 1.5% yearly decline in sperm count over the last 50 years, also coinciding with the increase of microplastic exposure and plastic use in general. Microplastics were detected in 80% of women's follicular fluid due to their hormone disrupting effects. This is thought to be the reason we are in a hidden fertility crisis. They also increase your risk for low birth weight. Now, this hormone disrupting effect of these microplastics cannot be understated. In animal studies, it was found that microplastics caused male fish to start developing female characteristics. Yep, you heard that right. It reduces male testosterone, and I'm sure you can see the effects of this. It is also causing women to reach puberty much earlier than they should. And who would want this for their children? I don't. And a side story that I wanted to share is that over a decade ago, my best friend in college was researching exactly this, microplastic exposure in rats, more specifically related to fertility. So I don't think this is new, and I don't think this is going anywhere. This is an issue that we face and we will continue to face probably for many years to come. So I wanted to share this video about some easy and simple and also cheap swaps that you can make in your kitchen to help you reduce microplastic exposure, because this is a more serious topic than many people may lead you to believe. Okay, now let's start with the first one. And this might not apply to you if you don't drink any tea, but it is tea bags. If you buy tea from the store, it usually comes from a bag made out of plastic. Now, to make things worse, you usually pour boiling water to make your tea, right? So the plastic that your tea bag is made out of is probably, well, not probably, it is leaching into your tea and you're drinking pretty much plastic. So I would highly encourage you to just swap to these instead. These are tea strainers, and this one is a little ball, and the string is made out of silicone, and it is completely made out of metal, so no plastic. And this other one is just another alternative to this one, and it is a bit bigger if you want to make more cups of tea, I guess, and it is 100% made of metal, no silicone. I like this one more because I usually drink just 1 cup of tea. Number 2 is cutting boards. I used to have plastic cutting boards a long time ago, and I no longer do, because if you just use common sense and you're using a knife to cut something on it, and you can see that this one is all scratched, where do you think this material is going? Yeah, you bet, it's going into your food. So I would highly recommend that you use a wooden cutting board or a bamboo. It is also antimicrobial. So a plastic cutting board might hold on to the bacteria, whereas wood is antimicrobial and antibacterial. So not only are you reducing the amount of bacteria that's left in your cutting board, you're also not leaving any plastic behind. Next, we have cooking utensils. So this one is a big one, and it's been all over my page lately. So in particular, this black type of plastic here that I'll insert a picture is really bad for you, especially when you heat it and you scrape your pan or pots, it will release tons of microplastics into your food, and we do not want that. So instead, I suggest you using silicone, stainless steel, or wooden. All of my wooden spoons are in the dishwasher, as I prefer using them over stainless steel and silicone. Although to scrape things, nothing beats a silicone spatula, so I have at least 6 of these, but you only need one. And these are pretty inexpensive as well, and they will last forever. One tip that I'll give you if you're buying a silicone spatula is that look for one that is one piece. There are some that are like wooden, like this part is wooden and then this part is silicone, but then over the years they might detach and then you'll be left with food inside and it's a pain to clean. So I never buy anything that's not just one piece, and that goes for stainless steel as well, but it's rare that you find a stainless steel utensil that's not just one piece. But for spatulas, I've seen them over and over, and I do not recommend them at all. Just buy one that's one piece, please. You'll thank me later. One that's pretty important, and if you don't take anything away from this video is that, and you take just one thing, is that I want you to stop microwaving your food in plastic containers. Just please go to Costco or Amazon really and buy yourself a set of glass containers. Think about this. You made a bunch of food, now you have a lot of leftovers, and you put them in plastic. Now they are sitting in your fridge inside a plastic container, which may already be releasing microplastics into your food. But to make matters worse, you're gonna put it in the microwave and heat it. Heat and plastic are not friends. They do not go together. So don't ever heat plastic in the microwave. So yeah, I recommend these. They are pretty expensive, but they last probably a lifetime if you take care of them well. And I don't like that the lid is made out of plastic, but I never put the lid in the microwave. I have a silicone cover that I use in the microwave that I can link below if you'd like to have one like that as well, to not make a mess in your microwave. But don't ever put plastic in the microwave. If there's anything you take from this, is that plastic in microwave, never. And my last swap is Ziploc bags. Now I have these, and they are made out of 100% silicone, and they have different sizes. Let me show you. So they have small ones, like the sandwich style. They have bigger ones, and they also have different colors. I like to have different colors so that I can, for example, use pink for all of my raw meats, and I can use the colorful ones that are often on sale for my fruits and vegetables. And then I use clear ones for anything else that I might want to put like in the fridge or in the freezer, like cheese. What else? If I bake something and I want to freeze it, I use these ones. And then honestly, if I run out of like a pink one, I'll just use a clear one. But I like color coding it so that it makes my life easier. And I know that they're very expensive, but they're often on sale, and I never had to repurchase them. They've lasted me for a long time now, and you can build them slowly. I still use Ziplocs because I don't have enough of these, but I am trying to reduce my plastic use as much as I can. So every time they go on sale, I buy a couple, and then this way I know that I'm slowly adding to my collection. These were my swaps that I would recommend if you want to start reducing microplastic exposure in your kitchen. I have some other recommendations that I can make, like your kettle that can have a lot of plastic parts and your boiling water in it. So it's pretty important that you look at it carefully, but I plan on making a mini series of shorts that I just go into detail really quickly about 1 or 2 items in particular, and then leave my recommendations to swap instead. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider subscribing to my channel. I plan on bringing a mix of food content as well as my favorite kitchen items to make your life a bit healthier. Thanks for watching. Bye.